full release dose where you are what I call offline, right? You're having what you can see if you witness people, and now you can go online and watch some videos, you'll see a lot of vibration. I mean, they're moving at a speed that you just couldn't duplicate outside of that space, or unless you're shivering. It's almost like a shiver, right? And it's this energetic somatic release that again, everything in our life is energy. Every experience that you have, everything that happens is this energetic piece that's now a part of you. For most people, we just keep shoving it down, shoving it down, shoving it down. Like if you go out in nature, right, and you watch a gazelle escape from a lion, when it gets to freedom, it'll start vibrating, right? It's removing that extra adrenaline, going back to homeostasis, right? It's natural. When was the last time anybody here got cut off in traffic and got upset at somebody and pulled over and started vibrating the extra adrenaline out of them? Right? We just keep shoving it down. But in the first few minutes of that experience, that's what you're witnessing, right? Is this high vibration of this somatic release. And that's why often afterwards people are like, I feel lighter, my body feels better. And it's like, absolutely. It's kind of the analogy I use is, my wife has beautiful hair, but like in the shower after so many months, like the hair starts clogging up the drain and the water's just not flowing the way it should flow, right? You pour a little liquid plumber down there, whatever you need to kind of clean that pipe, and then the water is flowing again. It's like an energetic liquid Drano, right? All of that trauma, all of these energetic imprints, again, are going through that cleanse and being washed through it, right? It is, in my opinion, the most energetic experience a human could have. I've never had it. I don't think it's comparable. So, first few minutes is a somatic release. And again, if you're watching videos, that can be manifested in a multitude of ways. People can scream at the top of their lungs. They can flop and move around. It can be very physical. That's why it's important. Again, I'm a good-sized human. But I never facilitate alone, because I've had 120-pound people where I need 2 to 3 people to help keep them safe, right? They're completely unaware of it. It's always interesting because after an experience, I've got little people that lay there like little Buddhas. They don't move, and they come out and they start apologizing for all the damage they did to the room. And I'm like, you didn't even move, bud. And then you've got the people that have absolutely gone through your room like a tornado, and they're like, that was the most peaceful experience I've ever had. Completely unaware of this physical manifestation or this physical experience that they're having, right? So that somatic release comes in a multitude of ways. The next piece is what we've kind of always started touching back on. It's like you just were in the pool of consciousness, just bathing in this pool of consciousness. You're one with everything, connected with source. And the next minute you're on the side of the pool and you're drip drying, right? So you're like, oh, as soon as you come back online, most people are doing the system checks, like, okay, am I breathing? Okay, I'm good. And then they're still in that space. They're still in that space, but quickly drying off, coming back to their egoic form. This part of the experience is, to me, one of the most overlooked aspects of the experience, right? I've done plenty of full release doses. Now I lay in that space. That's the space I want to work in personally, and where I work with a lot of folks, especially after they've already had this full release experience. Because in that space, you're simulating an opportunity to, again, step back into this enlightened space. If you can surrender, and you've done some work with folks who are able to surrender and step into this non-dual space, and then it's like, oh, I'm doing it, now you're back out. And then you could surrender, and you get like so many repetitions of being able to surrender into this consciousness. And to me, again, I talk a lot about one of my concerns in the facilitation space is the amount of beliefs that are being interjected or injected into participants. Look, I got beliefs, reincarnation, maybe no reincarnation, past lives, may no past lives, right? I've got a perspective on that, but that's just a belief, right? That's, to me, that's just a belief. What I know to be true, or what I feel I know to be true, is this present moment. Everything else in the past, as we all know already, if you've done psychedelics at all, you know the past is just a dream, the future is just a dream, but this present moment is real. And so the more you're able to get folks centered into this present moment, that is the tool that they're going to take out of that space and be able to walk through reality, walk through the existence, walk through this matrix, and absolutely change their lives. Because in that presence, they're able to see the programming. In that presence, they're able to see, oh, this person cut me off. Oh, my body's having this physical, anxious reaction to it, but that's just because that's what I do. That's just my programming. You're not a reactor reacting anymore. You're able to consciously decide how you want to move forward. And I think that's how you can change the world with this medicine. So again, vaporization, drive-by of psychedelics, intense experience, somatic release, full release, stepping into that pseudo-enlightened space, and then again, the grounding. Again, out of any medicine, 45 minutes. I mean, if I usually serve first thing in the morning, 8:30, because they have an empty stomach, no caffeine, no temptation there. They've stepped in. If we start at 8, by 8:20, they're already out of the experience, right? It's fast. But then I can encourage them to just lay in that. Like, what's your rush, right? And that gives them the first glimpse of how their egoic pattern shows up. They want to start talking about it. Their ego's coming back into play, trying to restructure and take back control of that physical form, right? And to me, I don't engage in conversation unless it's something important. I really just stay in your heart, stay in your heart. I'm just gonna stay in your heart and allow them just to stay in that space. Because again, that space is so often overlooked. If they don't stay in that space, they will literally click back into their old egoic form. I've served people multiple times that honestly, I'm like, is it doing anything for this person? They're the same person they were before. Because again, they go in, they restructure their ego, the protector parts, if you're an IFS, kind of click right back in, and then there they are again. They're like, I'm good, right? And they're missing this huge opportunity of the neuroplasticity associated with this. Again, if you can have folks lay in it, and then you're integrating it within 24 hours, and then having another integration within 5 to 6 days, again, there's an opportunity for this neuroplasticity and that egoic shift to stick, okay?